know you relate to the screen. If you go around her from high country to the screen and come, you don't know.
There is so much space between us. Maybe we're already we're not the only ones. I don't regret every word I said. You know I'll always be. It is the world that you are in my life, but I want to live another life. That's why I can't love you in the dark. It feels like we're oceans apart. There is so much space between us. Maybe we're already defeated.
And I've learned to love me too. Never have I felt that I could be all that you see. It's like our hearts are intertwined until the perfect harmony. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. In my heart is where you stand. This is why I love you. This is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. The stars are all aligned, and right now is the perfect time to say, I love you, 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 I do. This is why I love you. Oh, this is why I love you. Because you This is why I love you. Oh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. to in my life will always go on. If wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door. You are here in my heart, and my heart will go on and there's nothing I'll be, and I know that my heart will go on. We'll stay forever this way. You are safe in my heart.
Go to the tag. Okay, I just have a word of advice for the artists, if I can call them that. Can you stop coloring the notes? It's unnecessary. Sing straight to the point, because when you start to color, you lose the essence of what you're trying to achieve, which is a clean note. In a competition, and we're judging you based on what you're delivering. I mean, we can decide based on your voice quality and all that, but when you start to color, it keeps falling off. You're transposing and coloring. All right? Okay. God bless. Anybody else?
Finished the first round, and well, I'll always encourage you and say you've done well, but put in your best. Like you heard my colleague just say, take those points seriously, and for this next round, it's going to be very, very important that you put those things in order, because that's going to be the basis for what we're going to be judging you. So thank you. I wish you well. I encourage you. You're doing well, and do better. Thank you.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Oh, welcome back. In an unprecedented judicial decision, a court sitting in ENUGU has imposed a fine on the British government to the tune of 450 million British pounds to the families of the 21 slain coal miners back in 1947. The court said this action was unlawful and a violation of human rights and demanded an apology from the government of Britain. Well, joining us this morning to unpack this court decision is Professor Chidozie Chukwuokolo. He is a professor of philosophy and the vice president Alibu Development Foundation. Good morning, Prof, and thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Morning, and thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely, always a joy having you to help us unpack some things. So, High Court in ENUGU has imposed a fine on British government 76 years post-event, the killing of the coal miners in Iva Valley. Very simply put, does this ruling, does it hold any water coming 76 years later? And how do you think the British would respond to this?
Anyway, to start with, a crime is a crime and does not have expiry date. So you cannot say that, oh, it is tattoo bad. It's not. So it holds water. That's number one. Two, sometimes you go to court not because you know you are going to win. As an activist that I am, sometimes you go to court not because we are going to win, but we want to make some impact. And I think that these people who went to this court have made some impact reasonably. Let me also tell you that when I had that, oh my God, good people were all over my body. Because tell me what it is, if not for barbaric activities of some people who decided from their lack of natural resources in their own environment, haggard and hazardous weather condition, decided to come to another person's country because they laid hand to wrong values and used the guns they did not invent, and they used it to come and suppress other people and took over their things and decided to enslave them. Not only that they enslaved them, but decided also to take over their things by suzerainty of conquest. I mean, it's unconscionable. It is out of place. And so that was why they came here, even in the first instance. If you know our history very well, you know that we have been related with some of these people, especially the Spaniards, who came first to meet Africans. And it was exchange, trade exchange. And nobody was cheating.
It was commerce.
Yes, commerce. Nobody was cheating the other. And suddenly, British people came after Otto Bismarck.
Otto von Bismarck.
Bismarck. So when von Bismarck came here, he decided, when they did that,
Was it Scramble for Africa?
Scramble for Africa in Berlin, 2 years ago, they did it again. The only country that joined that wasn't there in
the first
one was China. China joined. The same Africa. Because we have a lot of natural resources God endowed us with.
And human capital.
Then we are bereft of leadership. And so these people are using it to do all sorts of things, And then unfortunately, they have also dealt with us as regards wrong values and orientations they are put into our people, and they know the danger of indoctrination. So we have been over-indoctrinated. Anyway, this is what I would say. On the second leg of your question, how do I think British people will see it? I'm not interested in hazarding how they will see it. I'm not a Briton. I don't want to become one. And maybe God has put me here. I don't want to. But they know how they will feel about it. But anybody who is reasonable will do like the Belgian king did. I think Philip did 4 years ago, by reluctantly anyway, apologizing to Congo people for the atrocities his father committed.
I was even going to get to Patrice Lumumba's murder by the French, but it was a national...
Was it French people? It was Belgian people that orchestrated...
Yes,
this,
Belgium. I beg your pardon, Belgium. Now, it was Democratic Republic of Congo that, sought for an apology. But in our case, this is just the state in the nation that is Nigeria. Shouldn't it have been the other way around, where Nigeria as a whole demands an apology for what went down in a state of theirs? So that was actually why I asked, do you think this will hold water, since it's just a state, that is calling...
No, it's not even a state. It's the individuals that their parents were gruesomely murdered for seeking improvement of
Yes,
their
because
rights.
it was filed in 2024.
So that's the point. So it's
Okay.
not even about the Nigerian state; it's about the individual. But I don't want to start sounding like a broken
Record.
thing, because in Nigeria, once it concerns the Igbo, the rules will change. That's why we will stay here, and somebody will say all kinds of things against us, and they will be our vice president, and he's moving around. But you will see hatred that he has against part of the people he's ruling. So these things are just I don't like to discuss it. Because I'm telling you, I don't like to discuss it, not out of fear, but I look at it that we are not ready yet as a country. We can never attain nationhood by the way our leaders and our people. Anybody who becomes president turns everything to his tribe. So when are we going to stop this? Look at I mean from APC government, because I knew that Obasanjo didn't do that, Yar'Adua didn't do that, Jonathan didn't do that. It was only when Buhari came that Ethnocentrism became a national ideology. And from that point, Tinubu had decided to create a Yoruba Republic. I'm very sorry, but that's what he has. Look at the last appointments he made in CBN. 16 out of 16, Igbo 2, South 1, and then the whole North 2.
All right, let's.
So what I'm saying is that it won't make any sense to them to even look at this issue, even if it were not our people that the individuals that went to court.
Brilliant. So in your submission earlier, you did say that sometimes you file lawsuits not because of anything, but for the fact that there's a particular outcome that you're looking for, and in this case that there's an impact actually already in the horizon, filing for this case and getting this ruling. Do you think you can actually elucidate on this so we'll know, for example, is it bringing any kind of closure to the families of the slain? What kind of impact were you talking about?
Anyway, at least let me draw a parallel. In 1669, Galileo Galilei,
The inventor.
was condemned by the Holy Roman Catholic Church for initiating the idea that
The earth was
the earth was
around.
and all those stuff. The church condemned him, and he was only lucky and saved by one of his former students who became an archbishop. In 1983, check how many years, hundreds of years after, Pope John Paul II felt that it was too much on the conscience of the church to keep quiet. He tried him posthumously and acquitted him. It's not as if Galileo was still alive. By that time, he may not know where his bones were. But at least truth triumphed. So what has happened to me is a vindication of the fact that that murder was gruesomely and negatively impacted on human rights. And of course, you know that people who did that thing did it because they never felt you were human. The first, the right of the suzerainty of conquest, right in quote, is premised on the fact that you are not a human. Recall, Hitler had said, if I win in this war, I will make the whole of Africa a zoo, because for him, Africa was never a human society. And that was why when this guy won Olympics, a black, what's his name again, a black American, and came to shake him, he was so bitter and refused to shake him, because for him, he was not a human. And that was what cut across all the whites, leadership of the whites at the same time, at that time, because there were some white people who didn't like what was going on. And like activists, they were, no, these people are humans and you don't have to do what you're doing. So I think they have made impact, and that impact is important. But it doesn't stop them. They should also go on, if there is no appeal on this matter, if they wait until the appeal period elapses, they should now go to any country in Europe or even in UK and get a garnishee order from their account and get their money. It's doable.
Yeah, because my follow-up question actually to this was, what would be a premise for an appeal? You know, should the British ignore this ruling? What will be the premise for an appeal, and where is the appeal meant to go to? International Criminal Court? What should be like a follow-up if British government does not respond to this ruling?
If they do not respond to it, simple. You go to a court anywhere that you know British people have investment. Even in Nigeria, if they still have investments here, you can get a garnishee order from it and then collect your money. Depending on but I won't advise anybody to go in Nigeria, because the courts in Nigeria will never do anything that will help you to do that. So for me, they should go to a British court and get a garnishee order from the thing. And by this I mean, I have this judgment pending, you did not appeal it, and the time for appeal has elapsed, and therefore pay me my money. And so they may say, you will go there and say, please, British Airways, for instance, is a government property, okay? And the account is here. You get that account and say, from this account, give me my 440 million. It has happened several times. I have a friend, though late, may his soul rest in peace, who did that for Ogoni people. There was a lawyer, Lucius Mosu. He did it against Shell and got 50 billion from them. And they paid. Even though British people will look at Igbo differently, but we don't care. So what they should do, the family should do, is to get their lawyers, wait for appeal. When they do not appeal, or by the way, to also check whether it is possible, the status of the law in terms of whether this court makes impact. But I think courts are courts everywhere. So if they have that already, so if they don't want to do that, then let's see, they should go and try getting a garnishee order from a British court.
Interesting. Now, is there room for some sort of negotiations, you know, if probably the British government wishes to settle out of court and, you know, call...
Of course, no.
So how can that actually play out if they decide to go the way of negotiations and arbitration?
You know, what I'm doing now is not as an expert.
Yes.
I'm a lawyer, a philosopher who has done jurisprudence. I'm just using the idea of jurisprudence to talk, but not a lawyer who can. But with my common sense, I know that if the British people are interested, they can call the people who are involved, and through their lawyers, they'll start negotiation. The court has given you people 450 million pounds. Let's settle out of court. We are going to give you people 400 million pounds, 200 million pounds, 300 million pounds. The people, they'll negotiate, and then they will get an account where it will be paid to. They can negotiate. Negotiations are right, because at the end, I'm sure that a lot of the kids of these people who did these things may not be proud of their parents for taking such decisions of killing people because they wanted rise in pay.
Unarmed men.
Armed people, just because they wanted rise in pay. You kill them, and then it's not even your property. Anyway, somehow again, I look at